In the ancient shadows of the Carpathian Mountains, where whispers of dread cling to the wind like a forgotten ghost, stood Castle Dracul, an ominous fortress of stone and sin. Its spiraling towers seemed to pierce the heavens and taunt the solitude of the night, home to Count Lazarus, a vampire of unfathomable power and malevolence. His eyes, black as obsidian, harbored the depths of eons past, filled not with wisdom but with dark, insatiable hunger. Legend spoke of a masquerade ball hosted by Lazarus every century, a perverse gathering filled with delights and horrors. Though no invitation was extended, those who dared to attend were drawn by an irresistible compulsion, as if some macabre maestro played their minds like a haunting symphony. Among those seen ascending the stone steps on this accursed night was Lady Eleonore Rivers, a woman of noble origin. Her unwavering spirit crackled with purity in her heart. She attended not out of desire but necessity, sent by the secretive coven of witches determined to break Lazarus' hold over their land. When Eleonore crossed the castle threshold, her presence was met by a chilling silence. The Grand Hall was a spectacle of extravagance, dressed in blood-red draperies that seemed to billow like creeping shadows. Laughter echoed eerily from masked figures engaged in their eternal dance, faces hidden behind porcelain masks that whispered of death's embrace. Lazarus stood commanding at the center, adorned in midnight black, a visage of elegance and terror. His lips curled into a sardonic smile, sensing the challenge in Eleonore's purity, intrigued by the confluence of fate and folly that had brought her to his ballroom. A silent pact was made, his eyes locking with hers in a moment that bloomed like a rose concealing its thorns. As the night wore on, Eleonore's initial apprehension fused with a dangerous magic held within. Her coven had armed her with potent spells, etched in secrecy and sacrifice. They shimmered invisibly across her skin, waiting for the invocation at the right moment. Lazarus, curious but wary, engaged Eleonore in a sinister dance. With each step, the air thickened, charged by an undercurrent of dark enchantments. He whispered temptations, insinuations of immortality and power that could transcend death itself. Yet Eleonore remained steadfast, guided by her sacred vow to liberate her people from the vampire's tyranny. The climax of their dance arrived as midnight struck. Forsaking pretense, Eleonore unleashed her power, her incantations weaving ancient spells that shone with the purity of the moon. The masked dancers ceased, shadows rippling in torment around them as Lazarus reeled under the force of Eleonore's onslaught. A fierce battle ensued, magic against magic, light against dark, a terrifying spectacle that shattered the masquerade's eerie splendor into shards of chaos. Lazarus, with his centuries of dark arts, retaliated, but the purity of Eleonore's heart infused with her unwavering will was unyielding. With a final, heart-wrenching incantation, she banished Lazarus along with his vile congregation to the abyss from whence they came, a fate sealed by her sacrificial grace. The last vestiges of the cursed ball dissolved into silence, leaving behind the ghost of howls lost in eternity, an eternal reminder that the struggle for light against darkness was a timeless mask in the dance of life. Eleonore emerged from the desolate castle, victorious but forever changed. Her soul marked by the echoes of the vampire's demise, yet her spirit radiant with the triumph of light, a savior in the shadows, forever a guardian of the balance between realms.